Her grandmother and her mother were strong women and were great models for her to become a strong woman and a strong advocate for women. At a time when women were not necessarily valued and rewarded in a workplace.
One of the first things that I did that was innovative in a big way was start a software engineering company in Platteville in the mid-'80s, which was unusual on several levels. One being that locating a tech company in a small rural southwest Wisconsin town, as well as a woman in leadership in an entrepreneurial startup in the 80s.
You know, I don't know how many times we've talked, and her and I've sat across the table, you know, and it's not always about money. It's about a lot of other things. And I think that's the other thing that, you know, she gives back so much that isn't, I mean, she gives a lot financially, don't misunderstand that, but she gives so much back in teaching. And I think that comes from her business sense, and I think that comes from her growing up. I mean, I think, you know, she's earned, and when things get tough, her and I laugh because she says you just get tougher, we just move on.
I'm working with the Idea Hub, and they work to help entrepreneurials.
Instead of saying yes or no, we'll help you, it's, you know, you'll come in and we'll have mentors, we'll have connections, and go through your business model and help and figure out if it's working or if it's not working. We're gonna have to shift a few things.
She's left this legacy of people that she's trying to teach. And I think the playground is really inspiring because it's young people that took that over.
We are partnered with Inspiring Community, and really Cindy Tang and her entire team has been a huge support for us. She's provided full access to her staff, support for our events and venues, our materials that we need, and mentorship. They've guided us not only on fundraising training, but also how to care for our donors, how to successfully move our project to completion, and how to work side by side with the city to help make this a success together.
She came up with the idea of of improving the scholarships, the amount of scholarships given to local high schools. It was very low at that time. The people that she surrounded herself with thought it was a good idea, and they founded the PHS Scholarship Fund. And she brought in the kind of talent then that could raise money from businesses, from individuals. From 2010 until today, that group has given away over $1.3 million in scholarships and developed an endowment of over $1.3 million.
She started a scholarship fund here to support women who are returning to school. This is separate from any work that she's done with the Platteville High School. So these other initiatives are to lift up women either here who are returning to school or at her alma mater in Missouri.
The thing that inspires me most from her is that, you know, she doesn't like people to know everything she does. She kind of just lays in the back of the weeds and does it. And you know, and we all know how hard she works, but she teaches us, you know, and she's taught me that there's so many ways to give. You know, your talents are just as important as money.
She brings people together of different talents to help support groups that want to come together and do something great.
She helps you understand that you can do it. Whether it's going back to school, whether it's raising money for the furniture and fixtures, equipment for the library, having everybody focused on an end goal. I mean, it happened with the library, it happened with the trail, it happened with the Broski, it happened with pickleball, it's happening with the playground, and you know, I think the sky's the limit. Who knows what might come next?
We need to be thinkers and doers and not to give up till we've accomplished our goal 100%.